When I get you back, oh yeah. When I get you back, oh yeah. When I get you back, oh yeah. I promise you'll never leave me. When it comes to you and me, there's no one else I'd rather be with. Baby, I won't let you down. I got it, I know you need it. Love is it when you're around. Oh, please say that you believe it. 'Cause I don't wanna lose you. I hope you feel that way too. No, I don't wanna lose you. Baby, don't go. Don't go. When I get you back, oh yeah. When I get you back, oh yeah. When I get you back, oh yeah. Oh, when I get you back, oh yeah. Cause I don't wanna lose you. I hope you feel that way too. No, I don't wanna lose you. Baby, don't go. Oh, when I get you back, oh yeah. I promise you'll never leave me. When it comes to you and me, there's no one else I'd rather be with. When I get you back, oh yeah. Oh. When I get you back, oh yeah. Oh, when I get you back, oh yeah. Oh, when I get you back, oh yeah.
Aloha and good morning, folkies. What's crack-a-lackin'? Welcome to This Week in Live. I'm your host, Doc Rock. Today we were talking about some of the things that are happening in the industry that will affect you and your live streaming careers. We just covered some news, give you a couple of tips, talk about some things that will help you out as a live streamer. Yeah, man, it's been kind of a crazy week. The funny thing is, like, summertime is abound, so news is always a little slow during the summer, and I find out what companies do is the same thing that we kind of always urge you guys to do. This is where you do your sort of like planning to finish up the rest of the year with a bang. Do your research on products that you've been thinking about working on. Slowly release out tests because you think no one's watching, because everyone's on vacation. This is that time of year, and it's kind of evident nobody's really doing anything super major, but there are some things that still affect us any way we go, and we'll talk about that today. Real quick, if you're new around here, make sure you let us know you're new. Whoa, I didn't press that. My bad. Stop. Anyway, if you're new right here, make sure you let us know that you're new in the comments. If you check this out on replay, make sure you let us know you're catching it on the replay. If you have any questions, always put Q:, space, and then ask your question, because that makes it easier for us to find. And then also, if you happen to catch a question that you need on the replay, please leave it anyway, because we will come back and check it and answer your questions accordingly. accordingly. Man, I'm having a bad beard day. What's going on here? I'm looking at myself in the thing, and it's like, yeah, it's kind of poofy. I blame the humidity. I can't even speak. The humidity. All right, cool. So one of the first stories I want to talk to you guys about, actually submitted to us by my homie JD, who's down here in the Chizat. What's up, JD? Oh man, I did it again. Dang it. All right, you guys, don't laugh at me. Everyone who knows me knows this is a normal situation. Doc always forgets to change the comment window. So I'll do it, and there we go. Now it's good. Let's make that again. Hey, this comes from my homie JD. What's up? First of all, let's say what's up to Kevin. Good to see you here. Sammy Super Chat is in the building. JD Getting Things Done is here. Corey and El Marie are here. And then there's Simply Ubs, who she just, had to do it twice. What's up? And you got Boy Razak here. Good to see you. I like the whole blue setup you got going on. That's kind of gangster. And so let's get into it real quick and talk a little bit of story. My friends are messaging me in Slack. I want you guys to ignore that. Anyway, so let's jump in. Thank you, JD, for the story lead, because it's actually kind of dope. Something that we've been wanting for a while. Man, the little Doc was extra little. Let's make him a little bit bigger. And let's move him up just in case there's, YouTube things on your screen. All right, so Instagram has finally thought about letting you create and publish posts directly on your Mac. The one thing that's super weird, though, is I don't know what is Instagram shade against the iPad, but fam, it's kind of crazy. iPad been out, a long time. Not quite a decade, but it's been quite a minute, right? And even still, if you use the Instagram app, you have to go back and press the 2x thing to zoom it up. And I actually like to do Instagram on my iPad. The other part that's irritating is they make you do it in portrait mode instead of landscape mode. So it's kind of a pain in the tuchus to absorb Instagram, on your iPad. But I like it because everything's bigger, it's a little bit more immersive, especially when you're watching reels and stuff. But I really wish they would just do something with the iPad. I mean, it's a weird thing to ignore when there's so many of them. That's the part that I just quite don't understand. There is a ton of iPads. We're talking several hundred million, and why they don't let people do it. Even you get weirdness if you try to IG live from your iPad, which would be gangster because now we got center stage. You can do just more things. I don't understand it. The other thing that kind of trips me out is we all know that IG is Facebook. So I can do Ecamm right now, which I'm using. I can take Ecamm and send this feed to Facebook and do a Facebook Live, no problem. I could even send it in vertical format from Ecamm to do a Facebook Live, no problem. But I cannot send it to IG legally. You can do it because you can anything that accepts a stream, you can RTMP into it and it'll be working. But they don't like that, and they actually have been known to kibosh people's streams and ban people's accounts if you use something other than a mobile device to bring it in, which is a little weird considering where we are in time and space right now. We've grown beyond the mobile-only environment. They're primarily a U.S. company. Their primary user base is, it's global, but it makes sense for some of the apps that come out of Asia. I've been to Asia many times. I've been to China many times, Japan, Korea many times. Japan and Korea, not so much, but in China, a lot of people will use a phablet as their major device. It's the reason why Huawei and some of the other companies out there, like OnePlus, would make these gigantic phones, right? You always saw these massive phones. The reason why we get iPhone 12 Pro Max and some of the Samsung, like what is it, Galaxy 21. The reason why those giant phones even exist is because the whole phablet, phone tablet size phone was primarily for the Chinese market, just due to the fact that a lot of people there don't have a sitting on the desk personal computer because it's a highly mobile society. Like they're forever on the move, you know. Like if you work in the factories and stuff in Shenzhen or Guangzhou, you would go home, for vacation, and you got to take the long train. Like say you want to go back from Guangzhou to Hunan province, you take this long train. It's kind of an incredible thing. You got to get there, at midnight. And, during the Chinese New Year, it's like a mass migration. Everybody from the factories goes back to their provincial homes to see the family, do repairs on their house, introduce the parents to the kids that they have, things like that. So I get that. That makes sense. But even since then, we've gotten better because of tablets emulating full-on computers now, right? So your high-end Galaxy tablets, your iPads, I mean, iPad M1 is proof that now it's basically a computer, if you let your brain think it properly, right? There's a whole bunch of people, oh my God, I still can't use my iPad as a computer because it's not a full operating system. Those are the people that think they could only take a bolt off with a wrench. They don't think of other ways you could get a bolt off. You see what I mean? So the people that are more, I wouldn't say MacGyver oriented, but that's the easiest to understand. People that are more MacGyver oriented figure out how to do amazing things with their iPads and stuff like that. And one of my favorite things is you can't use iPad as a computer, blah, 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 blah. And then you go watch Federico Vitucci, who has been doing iPad only for working on 8 years and has one of the most successful Mac blogs in the planet, do everything on an iPad. And that's why it's hilarious, because there's all these, ding-dongs on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook and YouTube talking about, oh, you can't use an iPad as the only computer. And it's like, bro, you can only do what your mind limits you to do. So if you think you can't, you can't. If you think you can, you'll figure it out. What's up, TBD? I love the avatar. The avatar is so fire. Dr. Elo in the building. What's happening, fam? Boom. What's up, Vinny? Good to see you make it here, brother. I saw you got a stream chat coming up later, which is quite incredible. Okay, so let's dig down. So what's going to happen is you got to check your account. I checked my 2 accounts this morning, and it's not there yet, but maybe people who IG live a lot more, you might get it first, but it's on a rollout. So it's coming out over the next couple of weeks. I think it's always smart of these companies to do these little slow rollouts and things like that. So it makes kind of sense. So you go to your account on a desktop browser. I would suggest probably starting with Chrome and Firefox, just because, Safari is tight like that. And then go to your page and you'll see your standard icons, your home, your lightning bolt for direct messages. Why I got the hiccups, I have no idea. The little plus guy is what you would start in order to go live. And then you have your, explore locations, your hearts, and your standard profile icon. So if you see the plus icon pop up on your screen, it will say now you can create and share a post directly from your computer. And that's going to be clutch. I mean, it's going to be clutch for those who just want to post pictures because it's quicker. I use Agora Post, which I think is fantabulous, but it is going to be really dope for those who just want to publish quicker. You get access to your filters in the whole 9 yards. Man, Lord only knows, being able to type your I wouldn't say, it's not comments, captions, what do you call it? Anyway, be able to type your entire post on your computer hopefully will lead to better posts, and you get the carriage returns, and people can stop it with the freaking ... to move the content down. That is so irritating. Dude, pay $2 and get a freaking app that understands carriage returns, or get like Later or Missing Letter or Hootsuite or or I don't know, buffer, anything. I mean, it's not that expensive, bro. You can get some of these apps for like $2. Why are you guys sitting there? Da 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 da. Keisha in the house. I'm gonna be performing in the middle of the water. Come and see me this week. Dot 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 dot. Hashtag Keisha. Hashtag music. Hashtag handsome mofo. Hashtag, blah blah blah. I can't stand when people do that. Like, there's websites you can write your captions in and then paste it and keep the character. What the hell is up with the dots? Cut that crap out. I hate that. Anyway, I'm sorry. Now, yeah, so this is going to be cool. It should work with any Mac or PC. I really don't understand the iPad shade. That's just dumb. But hopefully, we should just bombard them with requests to A, update their iPad app, and to B, make it so you can post from the iPad because, well, yeah, it's basically a computer. It's just ignorant. Anyway, I think this IG thing is dope, though. Like, this is really cool. It's going to come a long way. So, yeah, let me know. What do you guys think about that in the chat? And thank you to Monsignor JD for the story. Like, yeah, super helpful. It's kind of cool. Also in the chat, for those of you guys sliding in, and Keisha, sorry I had to throw you under the bus real quick. Good to see you here, bro. And then Keisha says, my iPad 12 replaced my MacBook Pro 3 years ago. Dude, I'm close. My MacBook Pro still exists, but I basically live on my iPad when I'm not sitting in this chair. JD says, I hate iPad haters. That's the caption. That's funny, bro. That's funny. That's super funny. Da, 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 da. That's hilarious. Vinny said, thanks to Katie. Why do you do that sometimes? That's funny. I got to ask Ken that question. Yeah, it is kind of about time for IG to step up and get that together. And I was just getting ready to say hello to Keely for sliding into the live chat. And then she has another comment. So let's see what Katie has to say. I don't know what these apps. I don't know there were apps that understand carriage returns and some that don't. I just stopped using periods at the beginning of the lines and noticed it made no difference. Yeah, so Keely, that's a thing, man. Like, I mean, you see, I don't know. I make assumptions that you see my post, but let me go back to my actual account. Let me click that and give Instagram a second to think. Boom. Tough acting connected. And then click over here. Go to the page of Do Croc. Backwards. Boom. There you go. Come on, computer. Wake that. Okay, so here's Keels. Dun, 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 dun. So I click on this post right here. Humble bragging. You know how we do. You see how I have like actual carriage returns and space and things like that? Like, that's the way to do it. Now, I get this because I use Agora Post, but I have a couple apps on my phone that I used to use to do this. Let me check. Where's my social folder? And let's see. Preview, Preview is one of those. There is Regrammar. There is Buffer. I also have on my phone. You could actually go to these weird websites. You know me, I'm not a fan of weird websites, but let me show you one. Kills just in case. INSTAGRAMCAPTION. Instagram caption. Let's leave it like that. Instagram captions. TAR carriage. No, let's do this. What would you call it? Let's do it that way. So yeah, you got Smart Q. We'll do bold, italic, stylized fonts, line breaks and spaces. Here's another one. Lingo Jam is another good one. So you can write your caption over here and it will show over here and you end up with, a little preview. There's a bunch of these guys out there. There's like Instagram text formatting. Here's another one you can pull up. That's what I should have typed in. Here's how to format posts without losing your mind. Too late, but there's a couple in here that are very cool. So this thing right here is dumb. I had tried this before. There's a way to do, like, you take this and you can put in, I can't speak English today. Holy crap. Inside your Apple keyboard, you have Apple keyboard shortcuts. So I used to have a thing where I would put comma, comma, space, space, and it would automatically turn it into a carriage return because I hard-coded the carriage return into the Apple keyboard. And you normally are never going to write comma, comma, space, space. But that would generate, like the proper carriage return. But now, Gram Spacer, that was the other app I was trying to think of. Good Lord, I'm having a hard brain fart today. All right, so yeah, Gram Spacer is really cool. Again, this is like a $3 app or something stupid like that. And like the fact that people just sit there and put all those dang dots is irritating because you can come to the App Store and get like Gram Spacer. There's like 2 more that was on that article. Let me pop back real quick. I used Gram Spacer before. Here's Caption Maker, which is also out here. I've used this one before. There's Space, which is another Instagram. I mean, so there's so many in the App Store. Some of them I don't trust. Gram Spacer and InstaSpace are very good. And then so it just really just to add your line breaks. But most of us in our community, in our Let's Get Live family, most of us are of the ilk where we're professionally producing. We're like trying to become pro content creators. So your Agora post, your missing letter, your later, things like that we use, most of those guys support that. So first of all, Keely, good point. Second of all, I hope what I was able to feed you can help you. Yes, man, I can't wait to go have a whiskey with my homegirl, Obs. If I drink with Keely, I probably will have a hangover. I think she can probably drink more than me. So, iPad OS 15 landscape mode for phone apps and multitasking as well. Oh yeah, dude, I'm loving iOS 15 so far. It's been relatively stable for a beta. Yes. Okay, so first of all, you can, if you want to use our affiliate, you go to letsget.live/Ecamm, and that will allow you to get your 14-day free trial, try out for things. If you buy Ecamm, you're supporting the Let's Get Live movement. If you need to sign up to become an Ecamm affiliate, you want to go to affiliates with an s.ecamm.com. And you fill out the little paperwork and stuff like that. It's kind of simple. It gets sent in. And then somebody at Ecamm, really, really handsome dude with a beard, glasses, pride hat, will approve your account. It takes a couple of days for that really handsome and intelligent, incredibly good-looking person to comb over your application and approve you to become an affiliate. I don't know who that guy is, but he works at Ecamm. And he really, tries to help the affiliates succeed. Handsome guy, though. Super smart than a mofo, too. I mean, like, the guy's a borderline genius. So I would definitely go over to affiliates.ecamm.com, fill out the application, and hope that incredibly handsome gentleman with the beard and the glasses lives in Hawaii can get you approved for the program. Keely, that's hilarious. Jumping back in, IG is a different beast. The platform that the lady has grown is the largest. Oh, really? And we have the most experience with growing. There you go. That's good. Dude, I love this. I'm a rare person today. I clicked the like button. You can too. That's true. Keely, FB Creator Studio, I have like a weird relationship with it. Half the time I forget it's there. And then, yeah, it's a little goofy. I'm normally in the business suite thing. But yeah, I guess that makes sense. I would just be happy to have it working from the desktop. Mr. Riley, man, first of all, your stream the other day was just dope. Even though it was just like a super casual hangout with Sammy and I like those. I don't know why. Something about those streams are dope to me because it's like I'm getting to meet my people and hang out. And, you know, the music vibe was dope. I loved you showing off your swag and also supporting the community, you know. So, first of all, keep doing it. I definitely think that your combination of like Curtis Mayfield / E40 voice would make just dope reading children book. Like, remember Samuel Jackson had "Please Take Your MF Ass to Bed." That was his children's book. Yeah, I think you reading children's book would be just cool because you just have that Mr. Riley's World voice, and you can just start with the classics like Little Red Riding Hood and the Three Bears and, you know, whatever, those stories. I don't even remember those dang stories. Holy crap. That's what happens when you don't have no damn kids. Sylvia, you made it. Thank you, Sylvia. Boom. Thank you, Mr. James. Thank you, Mr. James. Yes. Thank you, Sills. There you go. Yeah, Business Suite. Oh my goodness. It is such a headache. Like, why Facebook? Why? Facebook is so horrible. Like, I just don't know what they do. I don't know why you want to treat us like that. What is Q-Tip say? Why you want to go and do that, love, huh? Thank you. I really appreciate you. Like, that is really helpful. InstaSpace is good. You know, real quick before we wrap this up and switch to the next maneuver, I like these apps. These guys are cool, but the thing to me that just drives me a little batty about them, and I understand what they're doing, the actual code behind this is super simple, right? Carriage returns and reformatting text is simple. It's not very hard to do. And they probably make a mint off of the ads that they place on. But some of the ads are a little bit pain in the butt, and some of the ads are dropping trackers. So if you do use InstaSpace or some of the other web-oriented ones, make sure you have Ghostery or Firefox Focus or some other thing that will kind of keep the trackers out your ass. Yeah, Ghostery. Ghostery is dope. You basically, it's not free, but I mean, I guess there is a free plan. It's $5 a month. But if you run Ghostery, it will help your browser like eat all of these trackers and stuff that be following you around. And it's the reason why people think the government is listening to them because, yeah, it's basically the way the trackers track you. Every time you go to a site, Firefox Focus will show you this, for instance. Every time you go to a site, you'll find out like the plugin is blocking 78 trackers. You're like, what? I just went to this page to get a piece of information about a mattress and they dropped 78 trackers on me. So what happens, Rich, Efren, we all go out, have a beverage, right? We're all handsome gentlemen of a certain age. We're handing out beverage, whatever. So the trackers will assume if Doc is looking for a new mattress, Efren and Rich must be looking for a new mattress. So without me even mentioning to those two that I was looking for a mattress, Rich will go to IG and he'll get Casper, Purple, Side Neck Pillow, all these mattress ads, Leisha, whatever the heck they call it. And then he may anecdotally have been talking to the wifey about getting a new mattress. And then he's like, holy, these mofos is listening to me. They're not. It just happened that I too was looking at mattresses. And although we didn't talk about it, you just happened to have it. Or worse yet, we was at the bar and I said, hey guys, I was thinking about getting this mattress. So what are your inputs on Casper or Leash or, you know, like simply Arby's fluffy stuff, you know? And then Rich go home and open up his browser and the mattress ad pops up and he'd be like, oh, the government is listening. I knew I shouldn't hang out with those two military dudes. So that's how trackers work. And it literally, I have a whole episode on my podcast about this before, and it gets people freaked out, but we tell them so much stuff, you don't have to tell them jack. That's it. It was a random statement, bro. I'm swearing we're not tracking it. Yeah, so that's what's cool about Safari. That's why we like browsing in Safari, but it definitely backs up all of your stuff. That's probably why, Rich. It's probably why, because we travel in the same circles. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. I can almost guess what y'all are shopping for by looking at my Instagram ads. Since most of us in this right now in the chat, we're together 5 days a week. So it's very possible it can happen. Hey, Glenda, good to see you here. Glad to see that you made it. All right, this one is funny to me. JD pointed it out. I have been watching some of the stuff. I've been trying to semi-ignoring it, but I guess I should pay attention because I do have a PC. Microsoft officially announcing Windows 11 coming out. But here's the part where it gets cray-cray. You see this right here? As a free upgrade. Windows ain't never done free upgrades, and Mac people have been making fun of them forever because our OSs don't cost us jack. Well, they kind of do. You normally want to get a new computer, but that's a different story. Anyway, our OSs don't cost us a dang thing. So number one, it's super funny that they're going to upgrade to Windows 11 without charging anything. This is weird because Microsoft in general not really sold computers up until now. So because they never sold computers, they had to make their money from the OS. But since the Surface and the wildly successful, wildly popular Surface has come out, they're actually making money on the hardware. So finally they can pull the OS free upgrade play. Dope. Okay, big ups on you, Microsoft. But with Intel getting bitch slapped by Apple over the M1, then Microsoft competitors Microsoft people, creators, whatever, I can't speak English today, sorry. Manufacturers of Windows machines is like, yo, dog, like, we're still getting killed. Intel, we got to use you. AMD, we got to use you. But, like, our machines, though, like, they can run iPad apps. So Microsoft also have it. So Microsoft 11 will run Android apps on their machines. Not an exact thing, but it's kind of funny. Like, I find it to be an incredibly funny play. And yeah, somewhere between Microsoft, Intel, and Android, some feelings got hurt with the last 3 M1 announcements. And so they're coming out. Keely said, you must be seeing rolling equipment and field hockey ads on your feeds now. That's funny, Keels. That's funny. So yeah, I just wanted to touch on that briefly because I do find it funny. I think it is better for the industry as a whole that all of this stuff starts to happen and the convergence is getting closer. Yeah, I'm like a year and a half out from having to swap the car. And after seeing the F-150 Lightning, I'm like, oh goodness, if they bring an electric truck to the forefront. But if these tablets and these Surface and iPads and machines are all starting to get to these really dope specialized processors, for us computer users as a whole, things will get much, 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 much better. So that'll be dope. And I think I'm just going to hold out on the truck replacement until Tacoma comes through with their electric joint, because I'm not the biggest fan of Tesla. They make fantastic gear. Their tech is so dope, but their fit and finish is horrible. And I guess I'm spoiled because I've had 9 cars in a row that are fit and finish is exquisite. Then Tacoma's fit and finish also exquisite. Yeah, if you go look at a Tesla up close and just look down the lines, bro. You know when they drop on the Nissan, they should drop the marble and let it roll smoothly. It don't do that on Teslas because it doesn't fit like that. They're crooked. And yeah, maybe I see it more because I'm a woodworker and I know what this stuff looks like. But yeah, it's kind of a trippy situation. Okay. Hey, Collie in the building. How are you doing, Miss Lady Girl? Good to see you here. I want to know how you're doing with your graphics project. Like, are you getting your color palettes together? Like, is all of that working? That's cool. Yeah, Kevin, this F-150 is dope. Uh, I just don't trust Ford like that. My experience with American cars comes from being a kid, and everybody I knew that had GM had the ceiling thing fall down, and you had to use freaking what do you call those thumbtacks to put the headliner. That's the word. Ceiling thing equals headliner, people. Like any like 80s, early 90s GM car, 5 years in, you get in someone's ride, the headliners like droop and they're holding it back up with like thumbtacks and magnets and crap. That kind of stuff, that don't happen in B&W space, bro. Like, I know it sounds bougie, but it's a well-built car. The funny thing is, on a 3 Series, you're spending like 3 or 4 grand more, amortized over a 10-year period is damn near nothing, but they're just work. They're just built like tanks. They just work. I had that one Mercedes, and it was beautiful, but I just didn't like the I don't know, something about Mercedes just didn't have the same plushness. So my first switch was a compressor what was it called? A C220? I forget what it's called. Anyways, the compressor, the small Mercedes, cheap one, it's like 32 grand. And then switched to Beamer and never switched back. 9 Beamers later, I ain't going anywhere. They got me. I am super sucked in. Brand loyalty like a champ because they just work. They take such good care of me. And the car is just delicious. Any problems we ever had, you go in, they fix it. Like, yeah. Door shut and the door goes, whoop. Yeah. That, you know what I mean? That kind of stuff makes a difference. Thank you. Thank you. I didn't see Chris today. He was probably somewhere kicking things. Yeah, Ford Edge since 2015. Nice. But you know that the Edge though is actually a Japanese car. It's a Mazda. That's the word I was trying to think of. Okay. This week in cars, moving right along. Gang, I wanted to talk to you guys real quick. Because again, news was light, so we'll do personal development right now. Guys, if you wanted to, again, like as we get into this thing and we're starting to get a little bit more into the professional side of these things, there are a bunch of conferences and stuff that are becoming back. So, as you know, most of you guys know, Diana and I will be speaking at People of Video. Not even together. We have 2 separate talks. I'm sure maybe we might end up doing something together, but we'll be speaking at People of Video, which is in Albany, New York, and it's happening October 8th through 10. Prior to that, official site not launched yet. We'll be speaking at Leapton, the live stream, and that's going to be happening. It's basically virtual, but I'll be in the East Coast area for that, hanging out at Ecamm headquarters. But I mean, I'm just thinking, fam, out of these 2 conferences that are sort of rolling in, these are some of the things that are dope places to not only get your personal development steez on, but just to learn more about the insides of the industry, like to help you grow faster. No cap, I'm gonna just go ahead and say this publicly because my family is here. I am going to put in insane amounts of work to get to that 50K jump next. The 10 took way too long. Damn near 16 years took way too long. I think I can push the 50 by like this time next year, if not sooner. And then push to 100. And yeah, I know I say don't watch the numbers and blah, 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 but you got to have a goal. You got to know where you're going, right? So I believe that these conferences, these personal developments, these speaking gigs, all of these things are going to allow me to get to that, allow me to put a team together and start like pushing it in. And you guys know I always say you got to speak these things into existence. So don't trip when you hear me say I'm pushing 50, because I passed the actual 50, but I'm pushing 50 like real quick so I can get, just get the story out, get more people working on their mission, more people finding their ikigai and spreading their word, or as we say in Hawaii, spreading the mana. Mana is power. It is that secret internal power. It is that fire. It is that, that built-in energy that we all have. We call it mana. It's in there. It's like Jenga, not the game, but Jenga for Brazilians, right? The soccer thing, that internal energy that, makes you move. So I'm on shark move right now. I'm not trying to stop swimming, right? I'm out here sharking it. There's no such animal as a great black shark, but I'm gonna be the great black Tino shark. That's gonna be me. I'm keep moving. Maybe I'm closer to a hammerhead because I have such a large nugget and these eyes are on the side. So thank you. Oh my God, my family. See, I love you guys. You guys are in there. JD say speak on it. There we go. That's what I'm saying. Speak it into existence. Let's go. Let's get that 50. Yep, definitely want to get that plaque. That's at 100K. I feel it. I can't wait to and see, we're so dope. Kevin told me to visualize that mode right there. See, my finger can just go to it now. Kevin said visualize it right there. So I'm going to start maybe I'll put a dummy one over there. Nah, that would be cheesy because then people will be like, oh, why he make a fake plaque? But yeah, I have to put one in here somewhere that I can see every day and just, get there. And then, yes, Kali said, let's go 100. El Marie and Corey said 50K is doable this year. Thank you, fam. And then Mr. Camera Junkie said, ball shark. Great ball shark, dude. Great ball shark, dude. Not as stuck in your head. Take it back, Louis. What are your everyday tasks you put down on paper to push the 50K? How do you make your goals measurable when it seems like gaining subs and followers isn't controllable like weight loss? That's a freaking... Hold up. Here winds up for the pitch. And TBD throws a fat when she's coming. The liners pull the bat back out. It's over the green wall. It's out of here. Home run.
How you like that?
That, my friends, is a fantastic question. Okay. First of all, I use my Rocket Book, my little bitty Rocket Book, and I just write random things on it every day. That keeps me going. I'm looking into an application called Toggle that Mr. What that boy name is, Foxy Brown, handsome mofo with his waves. Marshall was on my show, and then he talked about it. And so learn to type, doc. I think Toggle is a dope app because it handles some time tracking and things, so you can kind of see where you're going and do your things like that. So I'll be rocking Toggle. I currently use a to-do app called TEUDEUX. I think I did that wrong, but it'll figure itself out. So I currently use an app called To Do. It's a very cool to-do list. It kind of helps. I'm finding I have a love-hate relationship with to-do lists because a lot of times you put stuff on it and then you don't necessarily do it, and then you go and make another list. So a to-do list ends up becoming a to-don't, and I don't want to be that person. So I definitely just know that as far as, like short answer, if I show up for you guys every day and keep teaching you what I know, and being willing to learn from you guys. Like JD sent me a dope article today, right? And I'm just like, hey, on like Donkey Kong. Those things help move the needle. Coming up with things that I can post on Instagram and things like that, those things help move the needle. Constantly honing my craft, constantly being willing to practice, constantly being willing to put myself in a little bit of pain to get more gain is necessary. What a lot of people do is spray and pray. It's going to get morbid for a second. I'm sorry. It's the only way I understand it. There's, my bad. In the military, we go to the range and you do sitting position, you do on your stomach position, a prone position, and you do a slightly squatting, like a kneeling, on the shoulder position. You guys seen all the movies. So you have to hit a requisite amount of targets at requisite distances in requisite positions. You get 40 shots. Out of those 40 shots, you get a score. A marksman is like over 30, an expert is like up to 36, and then I forgot now. There's another marksman that's 36 to 39, and then a Hawkeye or sharpshooter is 40 out of 40. There are literally people who are so afraid to succeed, but then yet so afraid to fail. They literally spray and pray. They just go there and just squeeze rounds and hope to hit enough targets to pass the test. You can actually pass the test doing spray and pray. But those of us that earn Hawkeye badges, we took our time. We did things, wait for it, with intent and purpose, and we picked one target. Dink, 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 dink. Boom, 40 out of 40, and everybody goes, I'm riding with him. That's the person that I follow in the battle because he will actually hit stuff. So you don't want to be a stormtrooper and just spray and pray. You want to do it with intention. So making posts, making tweets, writing things, reading books, studying, going to conferences, all of those things, TBD, are what's going to move the needle. And here's the crazy part about it. You can keep going to the Instagram, you can keep going to the YouTube video and praying, hey, if you like this video, please press subscribe. But yeah, you got to say that. That's part of the culture. I get it. I actually hate saying that. To me, what's more valuable to me, TBD, is right now, somewhere you have a homie that needs to hear what I got to say, to hear what Miss D got to say, to hear what David got to say, Sylvia, Glenda, like all the people in our tribe. You have somebody in your ilk that needs to hear what somebody in our tribe is saying. You need somebody that needs to print merch. You need somebody that needs to write a book. So the greatest thing you could do is go to that person and be like, you know what, G? I got you. My homegirl Sylvia will get you on point, show you how to publish your book, and you'll be well on your way. So you bringing a friend to the party is probably the most valuable thing that you can give back. Some people have dragged plenty of friends to the party. Some people are dragging folks on a regular basis. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's dope. You know what I mean? That's what's dope. And that's how you will grow your own personal tribe based on whatever it is that you're doing, is by showing up, doing the things, and then building your tribe and having your tribe feel so good about what you're doing that they're actually willing to bring kinfolk with them. It's just like the barbecue. Everybody bring another kinfolk to the barbecue, and then eventually people hook up and get married and have kids, and now the family grows. If only the original seedlings came to the barbecue, the family don't grow and the lineage dies. Period. Simple. So, yeah, that's the best I can say. Thank you, Sylvia. Thank you, Glenda. I appreciate you. Yo, I actually had one hit me on the leg while I was sitting on the surfboard in Ever Beach, Hawaii. Man, I neighbor out left biscuits in the oceans. It was quite a scary task, and it was only a baby. The sucker was about this long. But when it hit me and I seen the fin, I about freaked, and then I seen it again. It was a tiny baby. But then my boys and I were like, okay, let's get out the water, because if there's a baby, there's a mama. And hammerheads don't normally attack people, but if you're close to the baby, they will ram into you at 40 miles an hour and break your leg. So we got out of the water real quick. Thank you, Elaine. Man, Elaine, I can't tell you how good my house smells right now because of these lovely candles. Oh, those things are gorgeous. I'm going to buy some from your friend as gifts for my family. So, family. Mother Elaine just did it again. This is what I mean. So TBD, exactly what I just said. Exactly what I just said. This is it, family. This is it. So Elaine sent me a candle from her homie in Baltimore. Old stomping ground. I've been there, lived there for a little bit. And it's so dope. It's like you open it and you just smell it. When I open, there's a large one and a small one. When I open the big one, Karen was like, I could just eat that. It smells so good. So my reaction is, A, Elaine, I love you. B, send her a message. This was so sweet. I really appreciate it. My house smells great. Boom. And then I'm like, oh, my sister will love this. So I'm going to order for my older sister. Problem with 4 sisters, if I order it for Tiana, I got to order it for Mimi. I got to order it for Carmen. I got to order it for Daryl. Yeah, my last sister's my brother, but it's my sister. Let's not get into it. So yeah, that's exactly what I mean. Elaine shared something from her friend, which was freaking absolutely immaculate. And I immediately like, who can I buy these for? That's exactly what we're talking about. That's how you do it. This is how we do it. Thank you. That's it. Thank you, Mr. Junkie. Visualize it. I'm in it. I'm in there. Shark Tap Black. I like. Thank you, Carly. I really appreciate you. Man, I don't know why he got me on that. Do. Oh, guys, thank you for the hundreds. I appreciate that. Boom. That is cray. And I'm scrolling. Oh, is it a gun thing or a cat thing? It was a gun thing, but I guess it makes sense.
Coño.
There you go, Elo. There's for you. Mr. David in the building. Good to see you here, family. I appreciate you guys. Okay, I think I'm tracking. I'm just making sure that I understand what you can do. Absolutely. First of all, my mentor before, I'm Stephanie, I have several, but one of my mentors, my business mentor, he told me to do something which is kind of sounds crazy on the surface, but it's not crazy in real life. And that was to take an index card, a 3x5 card. Now, granted, being a male, I carry a wallet. If you're a female, do something different. But guys, however you do it, just make it work. You can even do it with your phone. Told me to take a 3x5 card, and on one side, write down my short-term goals in the bottom part. At the top, there's a thick line with a little border. And then on the back side, write down my long-term goals, right? Month, year, and, 2 years, something like that. Okay, so on the front, you write down what you plan to do that day, what you plan to do that week. On the back, you do month, year, 2 year. At the very top, you write, I promise I will. The number one cause of stress in the entire, insert bad word here, world is broken promises. Broken promises, broken commitments, broken expectations. Don't expect anything. That'll cover you. Broken promises are the number one cause of stress. The crazier part of that, if you segment that data deeper, the number one cause of stress is broken promises to yourself.
I'm just keeping it real.
When you say to yourself, I'm going to do XYZ, and then you don't do it, you think about it. It festers in your mother brain. You try to sleep at night, you can't sleep, you're up, you're awake. It's freaking festering in your brain because you opened the loop, and by your decision, your laziness, your whatever, I don't care the excuse, you left the circle open. You left the loop open. When that circuit doesn't close, you fester over it, and you fester over it forever, and it F's with your freaking brain. And until you close that circle, sometime it's telling off a relative. Sometime it's calling back somebody you need to call back. Sometime it's paying back somebody you owe something to. Sometimes it's just you told yourself you wasn't going to eat an entire freaking bag of chips, and then you ate the whole bag of chips, and then you sitting there saying to yourself, damn it, why you eat that whole bag of chips? Actually, because you got to take a crap, but that's a different story. Broken promises to yourself are some of the biggest causes of stress in the planet. And I hate that word because I say stress is mostly inflicted and stress is mostly considered a cop-out by people who didn't do the work. So what happens when you get yourself in a bunch of different positions from a bunch of different circles you didn't close, you amplify the circles that other people didn't close for you, and then you start saying, well, I didn't do so and so and so because Mike, he is supposed to, and then Mike, and then, you know what? That was a choice. You kept waiting for Mike. You could have stopped waiting for Mike and then call up Steve and be like, Steve, Mike's a dick. Can you help? You know? But if you sat in that choice and then waited, like I got a buddy right now who's still bitching about another buddy that owes him like a G. And I'm like, have you talked to him about it? Yeah, once or twice. Bro, it's been more than 2 years. What do you mean once or twice? If he owed you a G and you still leaving that open, and every time you see him or hear his name or whatever, it puts you in a type of way where you like clench up and your face starts changing colors and shit because that dude owes you money and you see him out here flossing his new hottie. Either you confront him and be like, pay me, or you be like, look, dude, I get it. You got the new honey. You trying to show out. We're friends. I get it. I want you to have a smash-tastic life, but you owe me a G. So bring your butt to my house. These louvers need painting. See, the other thing that you're pissed off about is your wife keeps getting on your case about painting the freaking house. But you don't have the time. You don't want to paint the house. I almost said his real name, which would have been horrible. This fool owes you $1,000. I don't know. I'm a businessman. Listen, bitch, you owe me $1,000. Wifey getting on my damn nerves about painting the house. Let's say you come, help me knock this out. We'll call it even. Wife covered, less bitching. House beautiful, you feel better. Friend feels better about, he's stressing right now because he knows he owes you the paper. And he don't like it either. So you helped him out and you save a friendship. Everybody's freaking happy. But nah, sit there and fester because people just like festering because festering is fun and bitching about it on Instagram is better. I'm just saying, dude, I solve problems. I ain't got time for this kind of. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's tangibility right there. So you make yourself that little piece of paper. You read it every night before you go to bed. When you wake up, you read it again. You look at your promise card and you start knocking out like Mike Tyson. And then you're good to go. Boom. What's up, B? You know what? I was right before I started the stream, I was opening up my my order for my bearded Mac. So I'm going to get tropical, roaring 20s, and whatever the 4th of July one is. Revolution. Let me know your thoughts, Mr. B. Yeah, see? Now you know. Now you know. Thanks, Glenda. I know you left already, but thank you for being here anyway in case you watch the replay. There you go. Uh-oh. Keely, stop. She got me. She got me. Yes, it's a splinter in the mind. I like that. I like that, bro. I like that. Ooh, what in the exact hang is this? Let me go like that. And then Rob is going to be Diana Gladney for a second. Where it is.
I can
Bam.
be Diana Gladney for a second, yes.
And then, sorry, gang, Rob gets to be Diana Gladney for today.
Without, yeah. So, good afternoon, sir.
I almost wrote values.
Yeah, see, I'm getting that all the time now, and
You should actually make a book, bro. Just take your best things that make you live your life, because you're a dope dude. At the end of the day, you're a dope dude. And you could literally completely write a whole book on Rob values. And you know where else would be really helpful? Because my favorite auntie, Maggie, she struggled with this because my cousin Stevie was special needs and she had a hard time, but she put in so much work and effort that other people started asking her how to deal with it when they had the situation. And then so she eventually left her high-paying government job to be a counselor for parents.
Yeah.
That, you know what I'm saying? So, like, dude, that's a dope book for you. And call Sylvia. Then you're done.
Well, now, if you go to, so you know those billboards, like, respect, it's well earned, and, they would show like Mahatma Gandhi. Well, the website for that is values.com.
Really?
And at one point in time, I thought, wouldn't it be funny if I took vols.com and had the anti posters to that, just whatever, the counter to it, just for jokes, for meme's sake, whatever. But no, I'm getting, as a special needs dad, I get people calling me all the time. And that's actually, one of the things I was going to mention, because my life has changed in the past 2 weeks, is that while I was on vacation, I was called by a few people that I know asked to run for Scottsdale School Board. And so now I'm a candidate. I've got to finalize pulling paper on it, but I'm running for school district. And so my life is just like, hey, let's start a YouTube channel. Oh, and run for office.
Yo, dude, I would come to Scottsdale and stuff some ballots that they can check for 8 months. I'm joking. Yo, that's good.
So yeah, it's, but at the same time, it's, I'm doing a lot of my meetings are virtual.
Oh,
and
you must be killing them when you show up looking all good.
Right. It's like people are always asking, like, what's this all about? I was actually on the phone with a doctor client of mine today, and he goes, dude, how do I get you the thing to blur in the background and stuff like that? And I mean, this guy makes $400,000 a year. So I was perfectly happy to tell him, all of the different things that I purchased, because I know he can write that check right away. So
yeah. Well, I hope you're going to charge him to set it up, right?
Well, he's in California. He's a California doc. If there's somebody in
virtually,
I know. Well, I probably can, but I'm making money off of him in many other ways.
So tag team, find a person that's in LGO, that's in Cali, that can go help him out. Where in Cali?
LA, Baldwin Park.
Oh, he's in Beverly Hills.
Yes, he is.
Yeah. So, I don't know if Kali's up to it, but somewhere in our community, we have somebody that can go over there and help him out, get styled out.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I love Baldwin Park. There's a soul food restaurant in the strip mall over there that will make your freaking toes curl up. Oh my God. I forget what the name of it is, but it's so good. It's one of the best places.
I think I've read about it too. Yeah.
It's so good.
I've sold into, as a salesperson, go into California all the time, and I love going through these places, but I always get like, afterward, I'll tell a friend like, oh yeah, I was over in Baldwin Park for the afternoon, or I was on Bell, California, whatever. And they're like, dude, you're not supposed to be over there. I'm like,
I can do what I want. I'm Rob.
Right. I don't feel, threat. I've never felt threatened in any of those areas. Part of the time is I'm walking in a hospital and they think I'm a doctor. So
yeah, see, people create this kind of stuff in their
narrative,
mind, and that creates a bigger problem. Bro, listen, I got to bring Rich's comment back. Politics in Arizona, what could go wrong? Ladies and
Well,
gentlemen, you guys
and
seen
so
Rob? Nah, man, I haven't seen Rob in a couple of days. Oh my God, he's in the desert somewhere. He done got taken out.
I've been taken out. But you've seen what's been happening in these school board meetings with crazy people showing up. And so a group of us got together the other night and made sure that we were the only people that got to speak at our school board meeting. And we talked about everything else but what the crazy people wanted to talk about. And it worked very well. If you're organized, you can change the narrative and talk about things. So yeah, I had to get up and speak. And I'm much more. I've learned one thing about myself is that you and me, like talking like here and talking about what I know, I can speak and sound human. If I'm trying to read off a script, even if it's off a teleprompter, I more work. I need more work.
I
on that.
can't do it. I don't know.
Yeah.
People can do it, and I think it's dope. I personally can't do it. No, I shouldn't say can't. I don't want to do it. Let's put it that
Right.
way.
I'm better off if I don't.
Yeah,
I'm better off if I don't. Right.
I like reading like TBD's comment, man. And I came here today to talk about Instagram, show you a couple things about going to conferences for your personal development, whatever. TBD comes as a question that is an absolute freaking home run. And yeah, it sent me off on one of my doc tangents, aka sneaker preach. Shut up, Luis. and then I'm like,
Shirtable.
Yeah, that's to me that's better though, right? Getting an opportunity to pass along my knowledge about the promise card is more important than what I would have wrote down for this stream today. Because A, it fires me up. B, you can tell I'm obviously passionate about this. People in their, stress, self-created stress, because I have family members that do that and it drives me batty. And then it's a reminder to me to go back and double check my notes for today and make sure that I'm making all the moves that I need to make in order to get this done. Like top of my list right now is my Final Cut course, because I feel like Keely and Carly are going to beat my ass if I don't get it done quick. Like I am dead terrified not to get it done quick. I ain't messing with Keely. I ain't stupid.
Yeah, I'm feeling a little. Keely's like we started about the same time in Final Cut, and I want to be helpful to her, but I'm like I'm pretty much new to this too.
Yeah.
So I
kind of die, right? And then Carly would be like, "Oh, try this exercise." And next thing you know, I'm in traction somewhere.
Right.
My back is like touching my knee. Like, what the hell? Like, how did
this isn't downward dog? What am I doing here?
You're like downward facing dumbass.
Yes.
Sorry. So yeah, like that. So that's why I love this. And if I did some kind of scripted thing, like I wouldn't get an opportunity to just, I guess, soak in again the stuff that I get from you guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's kind of dope, and yeah, I can't do that mess. So that's cool, man. I can't believe you're going to run for the school board, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's dope.
Well, and tell me what was the first thing, Doc? What was the first thing I did?
Wrote down all of the things that you would do if you made it.
No, I already had that down. Because see, I took the class on how to run for school board 2 years ago, and the only reason I didn't run then was because I was a substitute teacher in our district, and one of the joys that I had was going to substitute for a couple of teachers. One was the graphic design course, so I got to go teach high school students as a substitute how to use Illustrator and Photoshop. The first thing I did just for my own joy was I made my campaign poster.
Oh,
I designed my campaign poster.
See, but then that causes you to do the visualize thing, right? That we're always talking about, right? You cannot help.
And my wife has already put it up on the wall. She I didn't even ask her to. She already put it up on the wall and said, "Okay, this is what we're doing."
That's cool, man.
Yeah. But I have 6,000 contacts I have to go through now and do fundraising. And that's, I have to, the people, I'm working with people that know what they're doing, and they're like, okay, we need to raise 30 or 40,000.
That's cool.
And so.
That's it? I thought it'd be more. I mean.
Well, for a school district position, That's about it because you just, there's other groups that are going to help you. I don't have to worry about hiring volunteers to drop my lit because I can hire a particular, I think you know what political side of the aisle I'm on, yours. And there are a large group of people that will help me for free do stuff that you would probably normally pay people to do. And
That's
they're
cool.
motivated. Yeah.
Well, and the other thing that you know that a lot of other people won't know is you got this live streaming stuff down. Your ability to connect with your constituency is going to be through the roof. And the other guys are going to come in looking like they got limelight rocking,
Right.
notebook all shaky, camera up the nose,
Well,
jacked up
my
fake
my
background.
goal really, Doc, was so in this next election cycle, there's a great guy who was the Maricopa County recorder, Adrian Fontes, and he lost by like 4,000 votes out of 2 million. And Adrian's a wonderful human being, and he's announced for Secretary of State. So I was going to line up and help him, but my goal really was to help the people of my particular political persuasion be better live streamers, to have better communication, because a lot more of what we're doing in terms of having group coffees and discussions on topics we're doing from our home. In the last election cycle, I was watching a number of people get onto Zoom with the camera on their Mac and whatever else and a crappy microphone. And it was driving me crazy. It's like, let's get this.
Correct values today, 21. I liked it. I like it. Kills is in there. That's funny, bro.
So, I probably still will, and not necessarily to do it for to be paid money, but I have a belief in a certain system that's equal to all of us, and I want to make sure that those people who speak the same language as I do and believe those same things has the knowledge that they need to communicate to other people to get them to vote for them. And if I can help them do that. So
that's amazing. Well, we got your back. Whatever you need, we'll help you make stuff, or we'll get your site together. Just call up Black Men.
Well, and even
Black Men.
even if I can, it's like say, okay, go call this person, call Doc, call whomever. They'll charge you, but they'll get you going.
Right, Collie, that is a slogan in the making, bro. I like it. Balls has correct values.
Yes. And if and really, with people mispronouncing my last name, you notice it doesn't bother me, because if you're gonna have your name mispronounced, values is really,
it's actually dope, right?
Yeah. Right, exactly. Yeah. It's like, okay, call me that. I don't care. Right.
You know what I wonder? I wonder how often, just because of speed reading, people call Keely Kelly. It's never dawned on me once, but I guarantee you people probably speed read that, or just like we say Hunty when it's Hunt, but we just say it just to be us because we're weird. And Collie says her name gets done all the time, so yeah, because when she said Collie like the flower, I was confused. Like, what the heck?
Cauliflower. Yes.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
Yesterday,
see, my wife
bomb curried cauliflower. It was freaking delicious. So anyway, that's a sidetrack.
My wife's last name, her maiden name was Tervo, Tervo, Finnish. And I told her, listen, you don't. I'm in no illusion that you should take my last name when we get married. Because I'm a marketing guy, and I'm thinking she's had already 15 years in HR and people know her by her last name. I'm like, don't think that you have to take my name. I think for marketing purposes, you'd be better off. And she's like, do you know how many people mangle my last name? Why not just have them mangle your last name? So,
I would have went with Turbo Values.
Turbo Values. Ooh.
It is so
good.
Your
screen went a little dark, but yeah.
It was amazingly delicious. It was super good. I was hanging out with Tony from Pro Camera Hawaii yesterday as we work on a new thing.
Yeah, I did. I saw those pics of,
oh my goodness.
Because it shouldn't be weird, but seeing you, I made a joke about Luis the other day when he was showing the pint glass, and I said, "Look, a picture of Luis outside."
That is so weird, right? I think
Right.
about that when I see it because I haven't been outside for so long. It's kind of crazy. Carly wants to know if you've ever been to Finland.
No, I have not, nor has my wife, who is like 99.9% Finnish. Both her parents are Finnish, or and we would like to go. We know it's a lovely place. We know that we would have people to visit and family there, but no, we haven't.
Well,
And
it's like that joke, right? When you're running to the bathroom, you're Russian. Then when you're in the bathroom, you're European. And then when you're back out of the bathroom, you're Finnish.
Yep. Okay. That was funny.
Oh, that's funny.
But I saw that picture with you and your friend, and I'm like, wait, they're outside or they're in public, and they're not
Tony
wearing
and I
masks.
were laughing about that. We were like, he said, Doc, you're the first person that I've had like lunch with outside, except his girlfriend Corey. We were laughing, and it's like, yeah, that's a true statement. I ain't eat with nobody since other than eating with Karen. So yeah, it was kind of impressive. Anyway,
Andy and my son and I are going to California next month, and the first words out of his
Disney
mouth
stuff?
is for more Disney stuff, and for 2 days at Disneyland. And I said, we're going to go over, and he goes, "Are we going to get on a plane?" I don't want to get on a plane. I don't want to, because we had to work. We had, on our way home, our flight was late, so by the time we were done, we had worn masks for like 11 hours.
Oh my God. Oh, I just realized I have that coming up soon. It's 11.5 hour flight to Logan from here. I'm going to have to wear the mask for 11 hours.
Wear the mask the whole entire time. And,
I have a ritual though on the plane, and I don't know, you fly a lot. So let me ask, I do this. I get up. Yeah. Ever since I had Tom on the show, Kali, the corny jokes is coming. I tell the person when I sit down, I'm like, listen, every hour, no matter what, sleep, wake, whatever, wake me up. I need to have 8 ounces of water every hour, the whole time I'm in this plane. And they're like, okay. And they get a kick out of it, right? So what happens is I wake up, I drink the cup of water that they gave me, and then I get up, walk to the bathroom, get out the last cup of water, and then I come back and sit down and I put my mask back on and go back to doing what I was doing. So in a way, that'll be dope because I'll get to take it off to drink, and then I'll go to the bathroom. While I'm in there, I get to take it off, and then I come back and I'll put it back on. So it'll keep it moving. But I do that for two reasons. I like to stay hyperhydrated before I get on the plane. I'm normally 2 days prior, I hyperhydrate, because the air inside the tube dries you out, especially flying internationally. It's a long time in the tube, right? So then also by staying hyperhydrated, when I land, I am never jet lagged. Nothing sucks more than to have jet lag or first 2 days travel in a body in a different place, like bowel situations where you're like constipated, which is common for travelers because you get to a new place, your regulation, your sympathetic, what do you call that?
Not saying that happened to me in Florida, but that happened to me in Florida.
What is that?
So what airline?
Not sympathetic rhythm. What the hell is it called? I know better. Your simpatico. Oh my God. Corey, help me, because it's common for visually impaired people to have a time clock problem with their body because they can't see the light.
Yeah, morphic distortion.
Oh my God, I can't remember. I know better. I'm so stupid. Anyway, yeah, that happens when you travel too, because your body's just in the wrong place, so your clock is off. So if you hyperhydrate, you don't have to spend your first day on your freaking multi-$1,000 trip cramped up in a hotel dying. So that's my secret.
When I flew to India a few years ago, that was 16 and a half hours on one plane. My total flight time was 24 hours, but one airline was LA to Abu Dhabi. That was 16 and a half hours. And it's, they'll give you water, but it's like, okay, we'll bring you, just stay there. We'll bring your water. And 30 minutes later, a little cup shows up and you're like, I need more
Thank you, Keely. Circadian. I was trying to remember, but then I was getting flashbacks of you and those damn bugs right now. So that's where I got circadian. It's like a cicada and a Canadian. Sorry. That's the word I was looking for.
So every 17 years you take a poop. No, that's something different. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know why I couldn't. And I see the stupid commercial that comes on TV all the time with all the other drug commercials. For some reason, Canadian cicadas got out of
Canadian rhythm. Yeah, so Canadian rhythm would be Moose Beats. Never
No,
mind.
your Canadian rhythm would be drinking a 2-4 and dancing like you got no sense.
True. It's unfair of us to make Canadian jokes when, we don't have
When Keely can defend herself,
well, even if she was on, really.
actually, I think she can defend herself way more than we want her to.
I know. I know. She and she's mispronouncing my name out loud in her house right now.
Okay, I'm gonna say that came from Corey, which is even more funny. He says I was gonna say parasympathetic response, and I can't even think of the word. I'm like, okay. So first of all, I guess since you're in the community, is that a real thing for you, or is it something you never dealt with, Corey? I'm curious, or I don't know if El Marie's listening or Corey is listening, but yeah. Circadian. I don't know why I couldn't get that word out of my head. Anyway, gang, I have another stream coming up soon.
Yeah.
I'm going to be on
Actually, I have to
Derek
do work.
Floyd. Derek Floyd, he's in our community now, but he's a marketing rep for IK Multimedia, aka all of the sorry.
Did
I
you
just
see what
lost
she
it.
wrote? Did you
Yeah,
see
I
what
just
she
lo-
wrote?
That's what made me just lose it in the middle of my sentence. Oh, iRig stuff. That's what I was trying to say. But he has a cool stream, and I'm going to go be on that. So I have to go prepare for that. But, man, Rob, thank you for being Miss Diana Gladney. You threw a couple of people off. I don't know where David is. He's in the forest. Oh, no, actually, he flew home to see his kids because his kids
Yeah, I
are
did see those
graduating
pictures, yeah.
and then getting ready to start the old ball season. So he wanted to be close to the children's. So he is in transit. But yeah, man, this was cool.
All right.
You can be Diana Gladney any day of the week, gang.
I'm pretty much sitting at my desk working, so it's not that, always be ready to stream because an hour before I talked to you, I was on
We have to make the Glenn Ross thing, right? Instead of always be closing, always be streaming.
Always be streaming. Coffee is for never mind. Coffee is for streamers. Coffee is for streamers.
Oh, that's funny. Wait,
Shirtable.
Oh yeah, here it is. Here it is, right here. Boom. This is one. If you guys haven't seen this movie, by the way, this is one of the dopest movies. ABC.
It's really good.
Always be closing. It's like a meme now. That's super. Man, it's seriously one of the dopest movies ever.
The acting is amazing in it. It just is. All right, you go be on a stream. I'll go save the world from bad radiology.
What the heck am I doing? I lost my picture of Rob. Oh, I just pressed all of the buttons except the one I was looking for.
There we go.
Okay. Yes, it's me. Okay, it is El Marie. But yes, Corey suffered from it with it often. Actually, we just call it normal. Okay, see? So that's the thing. Now I know. Now we are properly educated about Canadian rhythms. Thank you.
Yep.
Kitty
Always have your lashes on.
Kitty said, always have your lashes on. F values June 2020. Keely's on fire today. Keely is on fire today. Guys, thank you so much for coming to hang out with us on this particular episode of This Week in Live. Special guest star, Mr. Rob Vols, soon to be the school board director for Scottsdale, Arizona. Not to be confused with Tucson, Arizona, or Sedona.
The campaign's only 18 months long, but yeah.
Oh, dang. Hey, we got to get to work then. We got to get to work. Sylvia, Rob needs campaign T-shirts, so let's get it popping. Anyway, guys, I love you guys for being here. Thank you so much. And now I just got to remember where the heck I put my closing song because I always lose it. I need to fix my thing. I don't know where I keep putting them. Here we go. I'll play this one. This one's good. Jay, peace out. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you next week. And don't forget, I will see you on Saturday on the LGL stream. Peace out.